I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning.
Good morning. I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners approves the February 20th, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
A second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Shannon.
Shannon.
Morning.
Right. A lot of project updates.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Getting thinner, Shannon.
I know, I'll keep adding.
Please
Well, actually, you
don't.
probably don't want me to, because that means I'm spending
Please
money,
don't.
right? All right, we'll go to page, I know, we're gonna skip a couple pages. We'll go to page 3 for the generator. The fence is gonna go around the generator on March 4th. Then once we get up and running, we have to have the permits, so once that goes in, everything will get
The
approved.
generator's been a career.
It really has. We got it, though. It's good, so
It'll work.
that'll be fine, yep. And then the stairwells, remember how we've been doing that, but we've been pushing it off because of all the construction and everything. We're gonna do the stairwells that are closest to our department last because of all the contractors going back in, but they're gonna start that on 3-4 as well. So they're gonna start all the other stairwells, and they're gonna do the flooring too.
Good.
Yes. The recorder, if you've been in there, those guys have painted so
Yeah.
fast. They're gonna be done
It
by
looks-
Friday.
I like the colors.
I do too. I like the blue. It's really pretty. So we're scheduling actually the carpeting now, but I'm not sure when that's going to be. If you go to page 4, the Justice Center, the carpet, they would like some carpet in the admin area. They don't ever ask for anything actually in the admin area. We usually focus on the jail portion, but they would like new carpeting in the front admin area, the sheriff's office, and then the courtroom. We're getting a cost on that right now. Yesterday, they told us which carpeting they would like, so we're trying to figure out how much
Well,
that's gonna
and
be.
let me just say, that's the original carpet.
Yeah,
No.
they don't ever ask stuff from the admin.
The
I always do
original
stuff for the jail
carpet.
portion.
If you,
so.
if you jump on it, you can see the dust come out of it.
That's not good.
No.
So, but we're just getting a cost on that right now. So yesterday they picked out the carpet. So once we get the cost, I'll let you know. The record center, the fire pump, that is on order from. It'll be out for a little bit. They're gonna order it from tomorrow, so it's 6 to 8 weeks out. But it's okay. I mean, it would still work, so we're good. The Ravenna Courthouse, the AC units. I know that I had given you an update. The new install date is going to be in April because they need heat. They did not tell me that when they were going to tear out the one.
Takes it all out.
Yeah.
Takes it all out, and I did not know that. They would only have border heat, the heat on the outside, and I said we can't do that. She's got murder trials in there, we can't have that, so. And then if you go to page 5, the roof replacement, they're still on schedule. They're still planning on taking out that scaffolding next week. So they did a great job. It does look really,
So
really
we have
nice.
to pay for that one, huh?
What's that?
Scaffolding.
That scaffolding needs, yeah.
Okay, just saying.
And then the public defender's new office space, the pre-construction kickoff meeting is on the 13th.
How long do they think that's gonna take?
Well, that's what we're gonna discuss. We're hoping 5 to 6 months, but we're gonna discuss it with the contractor.
That's really, when you think about it, not bad.
No, I don't think so either. They'll
No.
give me a for sure firm date when we start
Yeah,
chatting.
Not with what they're doing.
Yeah, we'll have a nice timeline once we meet.
Awesome.
And that space is not, I mean, it's vacant now, right, where they're, so
Yep.
they're not really being disrupted.
No, it'll just be, they'll hear, like what you hear here, they'll hear that on the other floors, so, yeah.
Awesome.
And then I just have resolutions.
All right.
Okay, I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners accepts the proposal of OHM Advisors and enters into an agreement for providing professional services for the project known as 2025 General Engineering Contract.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners authorizes the Portage County Engineer to execute local public agency agreement with the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation for the Bridge and Culvert Load Rating Project in Portage County.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a main line extension agreement with Portage County Water Resources and the East Ohio Gas Company doing business as Enbridge Gas Ohio for the Beringwood Pump Station Improvement Project in the Portage County Regional Sewer District, Ritztown, Ohio.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a standard license agreement with Portage County Water Resources and Norfolk Southern Railway Company for the Chin Regional Sewer Improvement Projects in the Portage County Regional Sewer District, Portage County, Ohio.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners declares obsolete and authorizes the recycling of Portage County Jobs and Family Services computer equipment.
I second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners declares obsolete and authorizes Portage County Jobs and Family Services to donate property to residents of the Portage County through the Renew 2.0 program.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
The Portage County Commissioners approves the triple net lease with Six Custom Aviation LLC.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to accept the proposal from Hasenstadt Architects and enter into an agreement for the annex stair enclosure project.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. You know I'm not happy.
I know you're not.
Did we ever get a new quote for that?
No, that's just, you mean for the other portion?
Morning,
No,
Bart.
once
For the
they,
enclosure?
This is the
No, not
architect,
yet.
right?
this is, once he draws his drawings, then we'll get a better
Okay.
quote.
It's just money after money.
It is, and I'm good at
Well,
spending.
hopefully that'll be it.
Boy,
Well,
I
that's
hope
gonna
so.
be it,
It
yeah,
should be.
for
That's a
sure.
beautiful building.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
This
Kelly
is
Jo.
Am I next?
You're up.
You
Oh,
are.
I'm sorry. I thought
You need to
was
wake up,
next.
Kelly Jo, and come on up here.
I do need to wake up. I'm Robert Friend.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Alex
to see-
MacArthur. From
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Administrator for the Public Assistance Division.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Alex was promoted about 3 months ago when Rebecca Abbott replaced Mr. Boykin as the assistant
Oh,
director.
okay.
So, here you are. So you ready?
You ready?
You have to put my readers on old and have to be able to see.
I heard that.
Yeah. So I will start with our December, January JFS data report. And I'm gonna focus on, oh, there it is. Some new categories today, but I'll be really respectful of your time. So as it relates to the Public Assistance Division, for which Alex is now the administrator, we built, and I talked to you a little bit about it last month, a new category enhancing transportation. So as you can see on the bottom of page 1, in the space of transportation related to all calls, we received 605 requests of JFS in the month of January. And then the little subcategories relate to the areas for which they're connected. Public assistance is PA, OMJ is Ohio Means Jobs, and our Child and Adult Protective Services, they receive requests via email. So NET is the non-emergent Medicaid transportation program. That's a federal pass-through, so it doesn't come out of our operating budget per se, but it's funded by Medicaid dollars. So we completed via our vendors, we have 3 contracted providers, 698 trips to get individuals to their medical appointments in the month of January. Relevant to declined, our providers were not able to accommodate 20 of those trips, so we're capturing that as far as then what we're trying to flip over to our side and look at creative options. In the
Is that
space,
just- I'm sorry.
Yes.
Is that just a timing thing, too many people at one time?
no, it's capacity that they have other competing priorities, the vendors, so
Okay.
it's PARTA, Emerald, Scenic View, and Hopetown. So
Okay.
they're trying to meet other needs in the community
Well,
as
and
well.
when you look at the numbers, I mean,
Yeah.
well, it's quite a lot.
It's a big deal. And Medicaid's, we've grown immensely over the last decade as far as offering that. So they really do try to accommodate our people, but at times it's
Okay.
just not possible.
Thank you.
Relevant to workforce trips, so getting individuals to work and training that don't have actual automobiles. Our vendors completed 230 trips in the workforce space, and they had to decline 2 of those. So in total, our vendors completed 928 trips and 22 they denied. As it relates to JFS, we have our own drivers. We continue to grow to meet the needs in the county. So our drivers from our 2 divisions completed 273 trips, and that's to support work and training. That's to get kids in Child Protective Services custody to visits. So we're doing a lot of trips ourselves in-house. And then we also issued 414 gas cards to residents to get them to and from work and visits and those things. So I'll continue to share this data with you as we continue to assess the needs and have some creative ideas on where we want to grow to in the future. So wanted to bring that to your attention in the near future, and a grant we just learned about too. So to be continued.
Yeah, I think it's important because if people ask us when we're out and about,
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to answer them
Yep.
kind of intelligently.
Yeah, so I'll make sure that I have answers ready for you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Good.
good, thank you.
Good. In the same division, public assistance, you're gonna see from December, we received 3,266 calls coming through the public assistance arena, and an increase of about 700 in January. We saw a lull around the Christmas time area. We got very few calls during the week of Christmas, so I think December was the lesser of the months, and January, you can attest to that, right, Alex?
Pretty typical.
Yep.
Play catch up a little bit.
We broke out the client piece. Remember, I talked to you a little bit about that last month. So we saw 647 individuals in the lobby in January, and of those 647, 23 were actually sat down and saw people, wanted to see somebody. So we call those point of contacts. If they come in, they say they want to see somebody, somebody takes them and does an interview. So we're breaking that out for you. As it relates to benefit recovery is also under Alex's area. This is tax time, and so we are also calculating more overpayment claims and recouping benefits for which our clients might have received that they weren't entitled to. And it's not all client error. Sometimes it's agency error that we don't get the changes timely enough, and then we overissue benefits. But it's incumbent on us as government to recoup those benefits. So we're seeing a little bit of an increase in our calculations, and ultimately, hopefully, will be our collections. I didn't see anything else in the space of public assistance. Moving on to just a couple things in our Ohio Means Jobs area. On page 4, there's a new category, CCMEP Emergency Shelter Placements. We continue to see a homeless situation with our 18 to 24-year-olds that are working in that program. Commissioner?
I'm sorry, I wanted to go back
Oh.
to the Ohio Means Job section where it says total services.
Yes.
It went from 258 to 401.
So that would be based on need and request. So as customers come in, we saw a little bit fewer, we saw about 20 some more customers in January. So in that space, then we
Yeah,
offer
'cause it looks
services,
like it went from,
79 to 101.
I don't know if I'm looking at the same thing. I had here, it went from 258 to 401.
Correct. But in the
Okay.
one right above that, it says
Oh, okay.
total OMJ center customers. So in December, we saw 79
79 and then
individuals
101.
had a bit of
Okay.
spike. So I'm not guessing, I would say that the increase of those connected to an increase in services being provided.
But the overall services have been increased.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
In that same Ohio Means Jobs section, again, page 4, we're continuing to see an increase in homeless situations for our young people. So we're now capturing shelter placements. We do fund temporary shelter placements. We look within our shelters that we have through Family Community Services. We also have, we do place kids in motels in the community at like 1 week spans of time each. We did have an opportunity to meet with Mr. Frazone a couple weeks ago because he received a new grant to address homelessness. So we're looking forward to some opportunities to collaborate on some initiatives to help with our homeless youth, young people, I should say. So you'll start to see that monthly just as far as who we're seeing come into our center that's reporting to have no place to sleep that night. Benefit Bridge on page 5. The state, because this is probably going to be a permanent fixture in the near future with our government, We no longer have to kind of stay within the confines of a 50 cap. We can grow as the program allows us to. So we did see a little bit of a decrease as far as total number of cases, but that's also because it's an 18-month program and we had to exit some people that hit that cap, but we continue to see people interested in that program. I have a success story to share with you. We had a participant enrolled in the Benefit Bridge program November 14th. Prior to her enrollment, she was working extremely hard to overcome her past barriers, including substance abuse. She's currently living in a substance abuse housing situation, and through our support in the program and community support, she received a number of support services, employment, and she received incentive for that. She participated in financial literacy. She was able to maintain or receive a pay raise. Her credit score went from 535 to 606. We got to help her with a vehicle repair. She started a savings account. She now has her own car and insurance, and she's doing well. Participant relayed that she is done with living as she has in the past and cannot imagine going back to that lifestyle. She's excited and looking forward to spectacular new future. So needless to say, she's transitioned to permanent housing, she's full-time employed, and she's thriving. And so this program is a
Good.
testament to those successes.
Well, it's a great program.
Lovely.
I mean, a lot of these people are they're just tired of being told no, 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 and they kind of give up. And I think that it's a kickstart for them.
Turns the page.
It
Absolutely.
just makes them rock and roll, and yeah, I'm proud of it. I mean, you kind of sit back and wonder what the heck would happen if we didn't have it. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
And that we were one of the counties that were selected of the few
Yeah.
to pilot this, so.
Yeah, we're excited. We've done really great things with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. Oftentimes counties will call and say, what do you guys got going on there? And so we love to share.
Well, $100 an hour, tell them we'll be more than happy.
Yeah. I'll do that.
We'll chat with you.
Per Commissioner Tinlin, that's
Yeah.
the running cost for our services. I'm moving to Child and Adult Protective Services. Our numbers are pretty stable as far as kiddos in custody, about 120. Our Adult Protective Services cases still consistent around 40. But we're doing great things in that division. I think we're gonna get another incentive as far as for most improved county, so we'll know about what that means to us in the near future. On page 6, though, there's some categories I wanna capture for you now in the future, and so you have January reflective. So Job and Family Services is the fiscal and admin agent for the Family and Children's First Council, and the subcommittee of that council is what's called ICAD. It's an interdisciplinary team. And Job and Family Services, the Mental Health Board, and Portage Board of Developmental Disabilities, we all share our funds to help kids that are not in our custody, but with the goal of helping kids and families to prevent them from coming into custody and to give the kids the services they need. So in the month of January, JFS committed to sharing funds to place 5 children in residential facilities. As it relates to, so again, those dollars come out of our budget, our levy dollars, but it's for a wonderful cause. I just wanted to isolate that so you understand what we do in that space. We did build the extension off of our Ohio Means Job Center for a visitation center for kids that are in custody. So we still have the Place of Peace contract, but they have an overflow situation. So in our own visitation center, we conducted 27 visits in the month of January between kids and families. Place of Peace conducted 44. So combined, we were able to support 71 visits in our 2 spaces. We still maintain that we fund a case manager position. Family and Community Services and JFS years ago collaborated on acquiring an apartment complex. Opioid dollars fund the housing piece through Mark and his team, and JFS funds a salary of a case manager who's housed inside of a apartment complex. And so as we reunite kids, our families with kids that are in recovery, this program is available for them to be in this apartment complex for a year, and then have on-site case management. So it helps them to build the bridge as they reunify. So we stay full at this apartment complex, but you'll see that number. 4 is full because there's 4 apartments, but I'm reporting out on that separately now. Child support continues to be the very stable division of JFS, and that's a beautiful thing. So as it relates to what we're dispersing in child support amounts and cases, around 7,000 cases that team monitors. At the end of January, we had 190 employees in JFS. That concludes my data report unless you have questions.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very proud to say Mr. Zone helps us tremendously.
He's a fabulous partner.
He is an awesome partner for us. And he's that guy that just does it. And,
Makes it happen.
And we do it for them too, so I just want to pat
Well,
our
I get it.
JFS's
I
back.
get
We
it.
help, we
That's why
fund
it's
a
a
lot of their
partnership.
services. Yeah,
It's a good partnership.
It really is, and you know, we appreciate what you folks have done. Now, I'm gonna watch for a little bit.
What's that? I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna keep an eye on you.
Oh, you keep it.
He's gonna start visiting
I
you
am.
in the near future.
More than welcome.
Well, we welcome you as well.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna pivot to Alex then, if you don't mind, for a few minutes. I talked to you a couple months in a row about a new outbound calling initiative that we were exploring with the state, Franklin County, what's the other couple counties?
Franklin, Mahoning, and Allen County.
Franklin, Mahoning, and Allen have tested the waters before us on this new platform, and we are prepared with your full support to pilot this in April. So Alex is going to give high-level overview on how this will, we hope, to positively impact the customer experience as they call into his division. You ready?
All right, I am. Okay. So, yes, we're in the process of implementing this new outbound dialer system. That is the title, I guess you could say. This is a new initiative by the state. We found out about it, I believe it was maybe September of last year. It was not highly publicized, but like Kelly Jo just shared, there was 3 counties that jumped on the pilot. So basically the current situation here in Portage County is we have a call-in model for all of our interviews. So if you did not realize, for SNAP and TANF, clients must call us and actually complete an interview with a caseworker. It's not a requirement of Medicaid, but for those 2 programs, they have to. So currently, individuals are scheduled for appointments, both their redeterminations and their initial appointments with us, and we expect them to call us. Well, there's issues with that. Individuals don't necessarily follow the times in which we schedule them, the dates, things like that, so our phones get backed up really bad. And that's one of the issues why we have long wait times, because again, clients don't call based upon when they're actually scheduled, they call at their leisure. So this new program basically ends to change all of that. So what it is in a nutshell is basically an automatic outbound process where a computer will actually call them on our behalf, so it's not worker intervention, it's a computer at their scheduled appointment times. Now there's a window of time that it will call them, and this will lock down those appointments. The clients can then answer one of the 3 calls that it generates to the individual, and then they are sent to a specialized phone queue. Within that phone queue, then we can staff the queue as appropriate based upon how many interviews we have scheduled. So theoretically, there would be little to no wait for those individuals. They would actually get answered in real time. So that would be amazing, because it does not happen currently. There's always a wait. That's the big change in a nutshell. If an individual, let's say, does not answer those 3 calls, they would then just have to contact our customer service line and be rescheduled the next business day. So they would still get their interviews. It would just go back through the process all over again, where those 3 calls would be initiated. They would then answer one of the 3 calls, come into the queue. We'd have it accurately staffed based upon the amount of scheduled intakes and or redets, and go from there. Let's see what else I missed here.
Just the growing pains.
Yeah, so the growing pains. So each 3 counties all reported really positive results in this, but initially it was tough.
Yeah.
It's a big change.
So I was just gonna ask you
Big
about the
change.
success rate of
Yes. So
all of them.
yeah, initially there was a lot of complaints. with this, because clients are used to being able to call us and we do their interview immediately. They're used to that. We've been doing this since 2015, roughly. The current model, it's been almost the entire time I've been employed here. So this would be a big change for them, to lock it down to appointments where they have to maintain that appointment time. But all the counties reported the same process, that initially first couple months, it was tough. It was
Complaints
tough for
went to
clients.
commissioners, complaints went to directors.
Yeah.
We would-
EAs, yeah.
We would promote, do public press releases,
Yes.
do flyers, prepare the public, we're changing, but they
Yeah.
all said there's
Same
a
thing.
couple months of a growing
No
pain.
one
There is.
likes change.
Yeah.
No one does, exactly, but the outcomes after that initial period of time were wonderful. Every county says, every metric has increased customer service wise, because again, they're able to get through and not have to wait for their interviews for the first time ever. They get they get a worker almost immediately to take care of that interview, which is just currently not the case. So once we get over that initial hump, is where things should be really good. I'm expecting, based on what the other counties said, probably at least the first month, maybe trickling into the second, is where we may see those complaints and issues, those growing pains. But after that, they all reported it got way better.
So it just has it more organized, that they
It
have
does.
to have, versus 50 people trying to call in at once, then they're
Correct.
unhappy because they can't get through.
Very correct, yes.
Now, okay.
And we will report the data, the growth data.
Yeah.
Franklin is the biggest metro in Ohio, so for Franklin to have thrown their hat in the ring, I know their volume is astronomical, and so they're reporting from a metro that this is good. I foresee this as being a new workforce solution once people, experience. But the press releases and the flyers, you'll get to see them behind the scenes when you initial them and what we're gonna send out. But I absolutely think that Alex has a great grasp on this. I think this is a better customer service experience, and we want that. So hopefully we have your support moving forward in that space.
Any questions?
Worth a shot.
Yep, absolutely.
It's probably coming anyways.
Yeah, what can we go wrong?
It seems that way, that we've heard other counties are already joining in on the model as well, so it does, the state definitely pushes it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
So,
well,
yeah,
Well,
if it works, it's awesome.
yep.
All right, so the next item is just, we committed to providing you with a quarterly update of monies that we receive and share with other counties. So we released about $10,000 to 2 other counties, and we accepted close to $40,000 from multiple counties. So don't want to give monies back that our JFS systems can use. So that's just an update of what we sent and what we received. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Okay. And then 2 quick things. We have it's a pilot program that Portage, Medina, and Columbiana County are collaborating on, and Portage is the fiscal agent. We received $250,000 last year to run this program, and we hope it's the new wave of treatment foster care in the future. The one flyer just highlights that. It avails different and higher rates for foster families that want to work with this initiative to take our kiddos placed with them that have more intense needs, but it's a beautiful program. And so we just are sharing with you our outreach events from January to May here in Portage County to try to continue to sell the beauty of fostering and working with Child Protective Services. So that's a highlight there. And then Shannon just highlighted or did the resolutions on our donations. We have quite a bit of equipment, monitors, speakers, outdated desktop computers for which we've taken hard drives from, so there's no confidential information, that their values are more than wanting to recycle them. So we did a program 2 years ago where we did that with iPads and cell phones, and we want to make these available to the Portage County residents, and it's always something that our residents appreciate. So we would kick this off next week. And last thing is, I'm just giving you a gift. At the latter part of last year, our Portage 50 Plus Committee spearheaded an initiative where all our new partners, we built a calendar. So the calendar came hot off the press in January. There's one little spelling area on the front page, so I'm not gonna draw your attention to it. But other than that,
I see it.
you see it already. We put that over there. But if you hang it, you won't see it.
Here, no.
You have to have it. You have to have it. But it's a nice initiative, and so that's a gift from JFS to you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Any questions?
Excuse me.
Good job.
How am I doing?
Are you in
doing
there?
good.
See, and you were going to give it back.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
He was happy he found the error.
I found the error. Not bad, though,
Okay, good.
It's good.
but I'm gonna point it out to everyone.
Okay, good. We're a flawed system. So, well, thank you always for your
Thank
support,
you.
and have a great day.
Thank you very
Nice-
much.
nice seeing you.
Appreciate it.
Nice thank you.
Ms. Jackie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Well, how are you doing?
Doing all right. It's very bright in here today.
Yeah, I got the
The
new
lights.
lights. You like it?
I went into Tammy's office and I thought it was on a football field. I told her, I said I needed some
Sunglasses.
SPF 40. All right, Jackie, hit
All
us.
right. So I have two discussion items. First is a contingency list update because we've had some changes this week. So I'll go ahead and pass out this revised one.
Come here.
Great.
Okay. So at the top, I think we went over this before, but if not, you'll see that the unappropriated certification is now at 9.3 million because we had that additional property tax estimate of 3 million, roughly 3 million. But then if we go down through the descriptions of the things that have been approved at this point, we have the public defender office renovations, the admin building renovation, the HVAC for the courthouse, and these have all been encumbered at this point. Then the collective bargaining agreement that we settled for the sheriff's road deputies, some additional vehicle costs, and then this week we received an additional court order for the JDC. So if you add all of those up, that's about 4.4 million. If you deduct that from the 9.3, the unappropriated cert remaining is 4.9 million. And then if we continue down the list, this is really things that are likely upcoming this year. So Board of Elections, equipment upgrades. We have 2 more collective bargaining agreements for the sheriff's office that need to be settled. And this is the estimate based on discussing with Clemens and Nelson, their representative that we deal with, just how to sort of compare to other ones that we've settled and come up with some sort of an estimate. Then we have elevator repairs coming up at Riddle Block. The annex stairwell, that estimate might still be a little high, but it's lower than the original 200,000 that we had. Then there's the section of unfunded department requests. And then if we want to skip down to look at, this is another thing that was updated, was the other line. We went through with county administrator to just go through some legal cases that we're dealing with and sort of estimate what those payouts might be. So that's now around, it's at 3,750,000 potentially between
The difference.
about three large cases that we're dealing with. So all of this combined, if all of this hit at once, this would be more than what we have in unappropriated cert. Now we know this is gonna roll out, we don't know the timelines, they're gonna roll out differently, and we're not sure what the amounts will be. But, we've had some changes come up this week, so I just wanted to sort of update what the balance looks like.
Jackie, what did we originally have in the contingency for the additional funding for JDC? It wasn't 1.6, how much was it?
I think it was
1.2, because, we gave them 2.49 million in the budget. They had
Yeah.
requested 3.7, but we didn't have that available in December, so we gave them, it was almost 2.5 million. But we knew we were gonna have to fund probably something additional. But there's, a lot of changes going on
Yeah.
and some money still in the joint JDC that has to be dispersed, so. But yeah, it was 1.2 in the contingency, which is the difference of what they requested and what we funded. But that has been increased, that request. So the total that was ordered is 4.1, just over 4.1 million now.
All right, any questions? Thank you.
So that leads into the second discussion item, which is the budget request from the prosecutor for 6 additional positions. Because of the things that have been updated this week, it presents a challenge to fund that many additional positions all at once. If the board would wanna move forward in funding the positions, we may need to roll it out, as opposed to funding everything all at once. And also pay attention in, April as to what the property tax, the first half of the property tax is actually, so we can project out better what our revenues will be, and then,
Yeah. So do you think if we consider anything, we should wait until after the property taxes hit?
that would be my recommendation at this time,
Yeah,
and
I think
then,
so.
and then maybe roll it out maybe a position at a time as we see that we can afford it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the amount that comes in March, that we'll know about in April from the property taxes, that's usually higher than the second half, right? That
Right.
comes in and
Yeah,
we'll know by.
historically,
Right.
yeah.
I don't think we'd be functioning our positions if we didn't wait to see where the actual was and not
Right.
just a
Versus the
guess.
estimate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, as you said, we can estimate what the second will be based on the percentages in the past that it decreased,
Yeah.
to figure out what the second installment would be.
Yeah, I think we all agree that, there's a need and,
Right.
it's really not just a want, but we have to make sure that,
We have the
be
money.
fiscally responsible. So,
Yes.
I
And I
think
know-
we're all good on waiting.
Yep.
Okay.
Because we don't wanna hire someone and then she not have the funding and,
Yep.
Yeah, that's the challenge with adding salaries, is it has to be able to be sustained, and there's increases
And
every
it's
year,
permanent,
so.
it's not one time.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Are we gonna reach out to Connie and just let her know at this point in time?
I can, if you'd like
Cause
me
I
to do
know
that.
she's been wanting,
Yeah, just explain to her, where we
Yeah.
are at this point. I don't think there's anybody, saying no, just,
we're
I
just
think
not in
we're
a
just saying
position.
right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
We need to wait and make sure that we have the funds and
Yeah.
forecast of those funds.
Right, and yeah, it's also in also this scheme of like, what else is happening with, other things that are requested and,
Mhm.
what comes up, so.
All right.
And I just have one comment on journal entry number 3. So this is the equitable sharing agreement certification for the drug task force. I know last year there were questions on this because the DOJ had communicated that task forces are no longer receiving equitable sharing funds. So this is closing that out.
Okay.
So the funds were distributed, it's at a 0 balance now. So this is just finishing that
Okay.
up and then sending the
Wrapping that
document.
up then,
Yeah.
okay.
Very good.
All right, is there any other questions for Jackie on any of
Well,
this?
I'm good.
Thank you, Jackie.
All right, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Mike Tinlin, President of the Board, to sign the First Amendment to fiscal year 2024 Emergency Management Performance Grant Agreement as requested by the Portage County Emergency Management Agency and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Mike Dillon, President of the Board, to sign as the governing body head for the Equitable Sharing Agreement and certification for the Portage County Sheriff's Office, documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Mike Tillman, President of the Board, to sign as the governing body head for the equitable sharing agreement and certifications for the Orange County Drug Task Force. Documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
In accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code in this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval too. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the February 20th, 2025 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then announce as applicable contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to process the February 20th, 2025 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay, under resolutions, I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1415 Child Welfare Special Levy Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
I second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 0001 General Fund to Fund 4002 Multipurpose CBU, ACQ, and Rehab.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 0001 General Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to close Fund 8355 SWOWDA Loan 2017.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to enter into an amendment between the Portage County Board of Commissioners and the Portage County Prosecutor.
I do have a question about this. Is this, it says on a monthly invoice that they'll bill us.
Mhm.
So is that just for time incurred? Okay, it's not that it's,
Yeah, so it's,
we're funding a position, we're
it's
funding the hours.
10% of, it's like 8 hours per pay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Great,
we
thank
get, we do get billed for it, or do
Mhm.
they have to send in irregardless of the timing, or?
So I think it used to be split, the payroll used to be split, but they changed the way they were doing it, so now it's the same math, it's just we get billed for 16 hours a month instead of it being split 10% and 90% on like the payroll. Does that make sense?
Do we ever see an itemization
Yeah, I
in
was
that
just
bill?
gonna ask if
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
same, is it the same each month?
It's the same number each month and we get the
That's what I
payroll,
thought.
we get the backup payroll documentation.
Yeah, I'd be interested just to see, I mean, what exactly the 16 hours for each month that we're sort of like on autopilot paying.
Yeah.
That's my question as well. I didn't know if it was as incurred. This month was 5 months. Another month was, 5 hours, and then next month was, 20 hours. But it sounds like it's a set amount.
Yeah, I mean, I can investigate and see if there's any fluctuation ever, but I haven't seen any, but I'll check.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Would you do that for us?
I will.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Want to complete?
Oh, sorry. Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept grant award for the amount of $2,500 from the Ohio Pet Fund Grant Program on behalf of the Portage County Dog Warden.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to amend resolution number 24-0654 dated November 7th, 2024, accepting the grant award in the amount of $1,492,724.48 from the Department of Youth Services Subsidy Grant, Reclaim Ohio, on behalf of Portage County Juvenile Court.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to declare obsolete and authorize the trade-in of 2 vehicles from the Portage County Sheriff's Department.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're the best. Thanks for your help.
Thank you, Jackie.
All we'll go ahead and do miscellaneous. I'll make a motion that the Board of Commissioners acknowledge the, second fiscal year, or, I don't know what it is, SFY 2025 expenditures mandated share calculation for SFY 2027 from the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the County Disposition Report and Intake Report for February 10th, 2025 through February 16th, 2025, as presented by the Chief Dog Warden, Dave McIntyre.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the County Disposition Report and Intake Report for February 17th, 2025 through February 23rd, 2025, as presented by the Chief Dog Warden, Dave McIntyre.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the February 24th, 2025 certificate of the county auditor that the total appropriation from each fund does exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay. In accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 325.07, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's Transporting Report for January 2025 as presented by the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Make a motion the Board of Commissioners receive the February 19th, 2025 correspondence from the Portage County Sheriff's Office, including the monthly record of proceedings and transaction for January 2025 in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 325.07.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the February 21st, 2025 journal entry 2025 JMX02 from Judge Patricia J. Smith, court ordering $1,688,325 in addition to the December 18th, 2024 court order of $2,491,000 to be dispersed from the general fund for the efficient operations of the Portage County Juvenile Detention Center.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah.
Make a motion the Board of Commissioners agrees to declare obsolete and dispose of Portage County personal property located at the Portage County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to declare firearm Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm serial HDS 3739 not needed for use by the Portage County Sheriff's Office and authorizes the sale of the Portage County personal property to Major Leary Lumber.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Okay, anything else you'd like to chat about? At this point, Miss,
No, we can recess.
okay, we'll recess until 11 for public comment.
Have a great day, folks.
All right, welcome back from recess. Anything else to come before the board? Is there any public comment?
No, sir, there is not.
Okay. Ms. Bennett?
No, other than, I'm sure Jill might wanna say something, about the new commissioner training. It was very interesting, and for someone that's an older commissioner, it's always good to rehash some of the stuff that you forget over time.
Older is correct.
And they had good information regarding the public defenders. Unfortunately, probably not to our benefit, but they had requested more money than what they received. They're still gonna try to increase it somewhat. I think it's, who's the gal that's gonna propose that? Do you remember, Jill? I think Marilyn John. She's a state rep out of Richland County, is gonna propose that they increase the public defender funding. Cause right now we're at 78%, and depending on how people use it, it could go down. I mean, I remember being here when it went down all the way to 42% we got reimbursed. So, and then they gave us the historical value of our reimbursement rate. At one point in time, it was down in the 20%. So, which, we have no control over, but yet we're stuck paying.
Right, we have to
So,
make up that difference.
yep.
But no, the new member training was very, very good. It was nice to meet other new commissioners and have some contacts out there. But it was good from a perspective of them taking a lot of the different, departments, budgeting, human resources, human services, and kind of going down to explaining each of those. So it was a
That was
very
good.
good conference.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah.
That's it for
All
me,
right,
folks.
nothing else to come before the board. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved?
Second?
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay.
Appreciate it.